What's up, everybody? New video here. I wanted to document a little bit of progress that I did on my app, the app enhancer that I'm currently building, mostly as a test to see how far I can go as a designer and not an actual developer. I'm an expert in branding, mostly in UI UX. So it's been very exciting so far, and I have a lot of updates to share. So first things first, before I dive into Figma, I want to open up a preview of kind of the current state that we left off. So this is basically a simple landing page for our AI enhancer, prompt enhancer. If we go and get started, this is basically a demo where here in the settings, you drop your OpenRouter API key, and then you choose your preferred model. And then all you have to do is basically enter a text that you need to enhance. And then afterwards, let me add a key. Oh, I'm not able to hear. Wait, give me 1 second. Let's open this here. Let's go and get started. Let's drop the key and let's choose llama, for example. And let's say make my resume shorter. So now the UI of this, it basically opens on the bottom part, and then the UI was a bit tricky here. Then it's like basically slides from the right when it used to be on the bottom. So even though the enhancement works and it's a pretty efficient one, and our theme works perfectly, and we also added a very subtle background here, as you can see, that's animated. The design of it is pretty cool. As you can see, the balance here is very weird. So what I want to document here and showcase is all of those updates, how I improved this model, in my opinion, way more, and how I also updated the landing page to be more actual and more targeted about what the tool is and not just random AI swap, basically. So, and we also improved how we use AI models. So if I go on Figma, we're basically trying to find the most cost-effective way to use those tools. I'm sticking with OpenRouter and with only one provider because I feel like it's a safe choice for now, but I would love to explore if it's actually worth it using more providers as well. So here was the initial model that we had. And one of the recommended methods that Suna suggested to me was using MetaLlamas and Google Gemma, basically using Anthropic's, OpenAI's, and Google's models with cost optimization. So you basically start with free models, and then you can also choose more advanced and paid models that are still cost effective. So instead of having a very robust and one method the user cannot choose, I think it's better to just choose your favorite model and do the job. So we were experiencing some UI issues. As you can see, this is a very old UI. And after a couple of redesigns, I was basically trying to mimic the current state, which is this. And a cool way that I managed to do that is by actually applying a theme to the whole thing, which I will show you how I did this. So in an attempt to basically refactor the whole code base and also build some sort of landing page, I decided to push all my changes to GitHub, do some tests using Suna to basically find out any vulnerabilities. And for some reason, when I asked for a landing page, it went way off the design that I had in mind, and the model doesn't look like that. So it was a very sloppy generation. So I was like, it fucked it up. So I think it's a good time to establish a theme and an actual brand. And I want to show you how I basically ended up in this. Let me play this as well. In this unique theme, and how I made it also to become dual theme as well. So up here, as you can see, it swaps, and it's basically what I showed you before. You can add your keys, and you can do the enhancements by choosing your model, etc., etc. So the way that I applied the theme properly is by using a tool called tweakcn.com, which basically allows you to customize SAD-CN themes instantly. And it also has a very cool generate option where I was experimenting with some other projects as well, as you can see, where you type out what kind of theme do you want. and you will see generated here. In my case, I customized this, and it also supports light mode, as you can see, which is super cool. And besides that, the very cool part about it is that you can click on share and you have your own personal URL that whenever you open somewhere, you get a cool showcase of the UI and the whole design system in various scenarios, like a dashboard, cards, mail, pricing, and you also have the theme suites. And I find it very effective to basically provide this URL to Manus or to like Suna, and they do an amazing job at scraping the website, understanding completely what the color palette is and how everything needs to look. And as you can see, the job that it did is very, like, it's actually the theme. So I was very impressed by it, as you can see. I mean, the buttons look a little bit different, somebody would say, but here they look very cool. I personally don't really enjoy the gradient stuff a lot, but it's there, especially the color schemes. Everything's correct. The contrast ratios are very nice. So tweakcn is the way to go for sure. It's a very cool tool to use, especially if you share this URL with an LLM that can scrape or that can visit websites. Or then you can just share the URL, maybe drop some screenshots of all of those pages. That would do a great job as well, especially this one in both themes. So yeah, this is how I applied the theme, because I was like, it's time to just start finalizing some shit. And I also finalized the logo, which is like this simple one, and this is gonna be our favicon. But besides that, my main thing that I wanted to improve is basically this model, and the fact that this is not aligned was really pissing me off. Let me highlight this. The fact that this is not aligning with this one. Oh, in this case it does. What the fuck? Am I blind? Wait. Is that true? There's no way. Anyways, no, yeah. I'm crazy. I mean those two frames. I'm totally crazy. I mean this I mean this specific area pisses me off that they are not aligned. So I was trying to find ways to basically make those two columns more balanced. So my only idea was to separate them and make a more modular design where you are now not limited by one frame and one container, basically. So you have the flexibility to distribute your elements more fluidly, I would say. And now everything is aligned perfectly. This frame is aligned perfectly. The typography here is aligned perfectly. The windows are aligned perfectly in general. Of course, these areas are not really meant to provide the same thing, so it doesn't really matter that there's not much going on here. That makes sense. I feel like separating them makes sense a lot because the user now knows where the enhanced text will always be. Here, it's kind of more vague, I would say. So modularizing it was definitely a good solution. So I built this on Figma. I dropped a couple of screenshots into Suna, and the results were basically the Windsurf with Windsurf. Let me go back. Windsurf basically managed to bring this to this stage that we have now. Then after that, since I was very satisfied with how everything looks, first of all, and kind of works, I wanted to test some new stuff and see how easy would it be to introduce some sort of a quote-unquote wall to see how it would actually work in a real-life scenario where this might be an actual app that somebody can use, introduce some sort of authorization system, or a way for somebody to verify that they can have access to the application, whatever that means. So I was trying to find some open source ways to achieve that. And the current idea that I'm implementing, I don't think that's robust, and I definitely have to think more about it. But I would say that It definitely works for now, at least as a demonstration. So what I want to show you is that in these areas, let me go to the actual landing page of today, which is an actual live website, and I will explain what I did here in the sections in a while, in a little bit, actually. So whenever you click on Start Enhancing or Get Started, it basically pops up some sort of a sign-up model where you can just drop a nickname, your best email, and then you can choose if you want to sign up to a future chill newsletter or no. It doesn't matter. And then the idea is that whenever you click on Sign Up, you then get redirected to the actual app, which is this one, the app of today. So I feel like it's a good experiment to start seeing how I can implement some sort of authentication to the app. I want to experiment with how one-time passwords work. I really like the idea of doing this as fast as possible for somebody to use the app and not have to input the password or retype a password or do this and do that. I would love to find a system where you drop your email, you get a one-time password, and you have a simple authentication system whenever you want to visit the app again. But for now, I just want to see how easy it is to embed those types of things. And with Tally, which is how I made this, it's pretty easy. You basically create new forms immediately. You can choose from various templates that they have. As you can see here, feedback forms, customer feedbacks. I personally chose a very simple one, as you saw, where you just drop your name and email. I cannot find it now, but as you can see, there are many here. Lead generation forms. And then you just use the templates, you customize them, and you will find whenever you customize one, for example, this one, whenever I click on share, you will see that you have a couple of embed type of styles you can use. Standard one, where you can find this on a page, a pop-up, which is the one that I used, as you can see, but I centered it. And then you just get a code from here and you follow all those rules. Or you can ask Windsurf to follow the rules exactly and implement this to whatever button you want to implement it to. So that's what I did. And after that, because this cannot really go anywhere right now, because I need to understand more about how it needs to work properly without any security errors, without any vulnerabilities. I wanted to test out how I can make my page look less like AI swap, which is here. Key features, lighting fast. I mean, that's crazy. And all those no credit card required. Start enhancing immediately. It's crazy. So I was like, it would be better if I just embed my YouTube videos, the ones that I'm shooting right now, just to basically showcase that this is a cool project that I'm doing to basically improve my skills to this new venture. And I just basically asked Windsurf to create a simple matrix layout. I embedded all of the videos that I built so far for this application where I document everything. And it did a pretty good job. It basically immediately understood the assignment. So I was very happy with it. I then removed all the idiotic copy. I kept it very simple. And right now you can get started immediately without having to sign up. It's like, and of course, if you click on view demo, you can do the same. And now I want to go to the actual UI that I updated it, as you saw on Figma as well. So as I mentioned before, I wanted to find a way to balance those two models. So my only idea was to split them and modularize them. I put on a key here. I chose Llama. As you can see, the theme works perfectly as well. A few other changes that I did was basically padding issues, spacing issues, contrast ratio issues, especially on light mode. But I feel like on dark mode, this app looks amazing so far. What I want to fix is this annoying outline that pops up. I wasn't able to locate where that exists. Even though I found the border and I turned it to none, it still appears. So it's very weird. Other than that, if I click on make, my resume shorter. If you click on enhance text, now what happens here is that you basically get a way better color coded enhancement complete, which is green, sign of success. We like that. You have a markdown format of your text, which is now a paragraph, which means nothing. You basically paste it as it is. And as you can see, the enhancement happened relatively fast and everything is good to go. We tested the more tricky prompts in the other episode, like those weird ones, and it performed well. And I'm saying that because I didn't really change much to the actual prompt refinements. I just changed the method that I basically distribute the models, I would say. So yeah, this is the update. I think it's a major one. The app looks better than ever, in my opinion. It works smoothly. You have the chance to now choose a lot of models, and every single one of them works, which is cool to see. And you also now have a very fun landing page. Oh, back to home doesn't work. Okay, that was weird. Okay, no, we're good. And you have a nice landing page that serves its purpose, you know? You have to transform your writing with this intelligent AI tool. Here's how it's built. You want to start enhancing now, sign up, and boom, you're in. So yeah, my next steps would basically be to find a better way for the authentication system to work, especially on a live production. See how I can refine the UI a little bit more, find vulnerabilities, see how I can make things more fast, efficient, safe, and yeah, figure out what's the best possible way to put this live for real. So yeah, stay tuned. Let me know if you like the current style. I love the dark pink. For some reason, it's a very calming color in my eyes, and it's very the contrast with black to me is amazing. So I don't know, it's a very favorite color combo. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. You can also book a free discovery call with me. I'm an expert brand designer. I started using AI effectively about 2 years ago, and it really skyrocketed how I approach design, the clients that I got to be approached by, the huge revenue increases, and I would really love to connect with more designers, learn how you work, how you approach AI, and how we can basically help each other get to the next level. So yeah, see you in the comments or on a call, and also see you on the next one. Let's go.